Welcome, episode 20, the big 2-0.
You can count.
We've made
dude.
it.
You count well.
We've made it to 10 twice.
Yeah.
Welcome to the episode
Through all
20
blood,
of the
sweat, and
Twisted
tears.
Dicks. Yeah, I mean, has it really been blood, sweat, and tears? I mean,
Not yet.
That's not ominous at all. Hope everybody had a fantastic week since last week. How have you guys been? How have you been?
What's on the
Did you
roster,
have a good Father's
Chris?
Day? Happy late Father's Day.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, because you're a daddy. Everybody tell Arty Happy Father's Day. We'll fucking...
Middle.
Where is it?
There
Middle.
you go.
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to learn these buttons one
Yeah,
of these
no,
days.
he's not.
No, I'm not. We have so many.
Happy fake holiday, Chris.
Is it? Oh, it is funny that our 20th episode is on Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is funny. I didn't call it a fake holiday. I'm not going to say those words. That came out of his mouth.
I mean,
So-
if you think about it, the holiday is so...
I'm
Okay,
not getting
it's what's
canceled.
behind the holiday. What's behind the holiday? Yes, that should be celebrated. But them making it a holiday because of
Yeah.
Come on now.
Come on.
You want me to say
Come
it?
on.
Do you really?
Come on. You can say it. I'm not getting canceled. I'm not, enough to to say anything of that type. And you're not going to catch me saying anything of that
okay.
type. But happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
And happy Juneteenth. I
okay,
mean,
yeah.
I don't know if you choose to celebrate it or not, but I mean, happy Juneteenth out there if you choose to celebrate it. But yeah, what'd you do for Father's Day? What'd y'all do?
Oh shoot, what did I do? I don't even remember.
We were going grocery shopping and putting our house together.
Oh yeah, they got a house. If you didn't
We
know.
got a new mattress before Father's Day.
Wait, did you say put your mattress together?
No, we've had the mattress put together.
How long did you?
It was Saturday.
How long
It
did you
was-
have
'cause he
your
helped
old
us get the
mattress
new
again?
mattress.
How
Too fucking long.
How long did you have the old mattress?
As long as we've been together, and she had it before that.
Since
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah.
Freaking gross.
Yo, this is episode 20, and that mattress is almost 20 years old.
Yeah.
That's been through
That's
a
a
lot.
little disgusting.
Yeah, we don't need to know what it's been through.
Yeah. Anywho.
I bet if we burn
We got
it,
a
it
new
would turn
mattress
purple.
Well,
now.
no.
Well, that's the dumps problem.
we got something. We got something before we got groceries. I just don't remember. Oh, we saw Inside Out too.
Oh really?
No, we did that the night before, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We did that this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we went and saw Inside Out, too. She
How
wanted to go
was it?
see it. It was okay. I don't know if I would say it was as good as the first one.
Wait,
though.
this is the one where she's like a teenager, right?
Yeah.
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 There's no tearjerker, but they focus heavily on anxiety.
They covered anxiety really fucking well.
I thought I was having an
As
anxiety
someone who
attack
has
watching it.
anxiety.
Yeah, you do have anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They covered that pretty good.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Honestly, like kind of like her. The anxiety emotion in the movie kind of gave me a little bit of anxiety in real life. So, I think they did their job.
In the movie, she has an anxiety attack, and it's just like if you were like having one.
Yeah.
And they did it very well because I was sitting there.
They
like,
did really good with the movie.
Wait, so
Pixar
like,
animation always.
did
on
she have
point.
like
I mean,
the plastic bag or the bag?
No. But
breathing
she
in
was.
it
I mean,
really?
she was like hyperventilating.
Oh, she was?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you
I'm not gonna spoil
Did you soothe
anything.
her?
but-
Did you calm her down? Help
Her? No, she wasn't having an anxiety attack.
Yeah, I know.
You want me to soothe a fictional fake character on a movie screen?
Oh, she fake now?
You want me to go up to the movie screen and be like, "It's okay." Just start petting the screen like, "You're fine. Just breathe." Do you want me to get you some water? Are you okay?
Yeah, I want them to kick you out. Yeah.
I will say there were more adults in that movie theater than there were.
That
kids.
was pretty funny. Like there was some kids, obviously, but there was way more adults than anything.
Interesting.
That's pretty
They
funny.
all have anxiety.
Yeah, and we all felt it.
I mean, everybody has some sort of anxiety about something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
some worse than others.
What was the
Yeah.
quote in it? Something about like this is what adulthood's gonna be like now. We were like, oh.
Wait.
Yeah, something
First
like
time?
that. You new here? But also Clash at the Castle. We'll get into a little bit of wrestling stuff here first to start off. Clash of the Castle happened in Scotland this weekend with the WWE.
I wonder how many fans they lost, but we'll get into that.
Well, yeah, we'll cover that in the main event. But the first thing I want to talk about is those ropes, dude. The biggest heel of the night, the biggest bad guy of the night,
The ropes
was definitely those fucking ropes.
Were they like loose or something?
Well, so WWE has, like, in their overseas, wherever they wrestle overseas, they don't take a ring with them. They don't fly a ring over every time. They have storage units overseas
In specific locations
that are specifically for those. So I'm chalking it up. I don't know for sure. I haven't read any like confirmed reports on it or not. I'm chalking it up to it's just a ring that hasn't been maintained very well. Is what I'm thinking.
I mean, if it's just been sitting in storage, it probably hasn't been used a lot.
So Jade, which we noticed too, I noticed it, but I just thought it was maybe like the way the camera was. But one of the ring posts, you could tell it had like a bend to it, like a slant in it almost.
Oh.
And they were just like the ropes. Like there was 3 or 4 people who, anytime they tried to do anything on the ropes, botched it immediately. Some worse than others. We'll get into that. The biggest one was Jade Cargill. She was hopping. She did a springboard up on top of the rope, was going in for a forearm. As soon as she hit the top rope, like got up there, immediately ate shit. I'm talking just full on face plant.
Flopped.
Like, and it was bad. You heard the whole arena just, and like it was bad.
Yeah, she tried to recover and it was.
Yeah, it kind of ruined the momentum of the match a little bit, because then she got in, like, you could tell she was flustered by it. So she kind of got into like I need to hurry up and I need to speed through everything.
Yeah,
hurry up and get past.
You got all these people that.
Yeah, I mean it is one of those things, but it's gonna happen. It happens to everybody. That's why they call them high risk maneuvers. If you go to do something like that, more than likely there's gonna come a time where you're gonna eat shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how it is.
My thing with it is the
Hey,
absolute.
what's your thing with it?
Shut up.
I think she's gonna tell her what her thing was.
The absolute shit she's been getting this whole.
That's what
entire time.
That's what really frustrates me. Like, people on the internet, these keyboard warriors, have been absolutely dogging her,
like,
talking
we
about
thought
she's
the
too
best.
green.
What happened to her?
She's not as good as WWE made her out to be. Take her off TV. She needs to go back to NXT and like this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
Really?
dude, she's not the only one that fucked up, and it wasn't even really her fault. Like,
who cares?
It was one time.
What people think.
I mean, I'm sure they see it, and I would hope they brush it off. But there's always some people who like hold on to it. But yeah, fuck them. Like, it's crazy to me that like they will turn on somebody just like that. And the funny thing is, most of the people who are saying shit like that are people who look like me, who could never do that in their life. Like,
You don't think you can do that?
I don't think I could do a fucking springboard off the top rope. Hell no.
What do you mean? There are people your size that can do that.
Yeah, way more athletic than I am. Even the guys my size are still more
I'm
athletic.
about to say, have you seen Otis?
Well,
Have you
okay,
seen
but
the
how
Big
often
Show?
have you ever seen Otis springboard off the top ropes? Have you seen Big Show ever springboard? Exactly. Anyways,
Mark
but
Henry.
that's the thing, though, is like people who have no right talking about that shit, acting like they could do it no problem, are also the same ones that are like, oh, she needs to be off TV. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get over yourself.
Again, who are they
So
to
stupid.
say what can and can't?
Virgins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom's basement livers. So that was like that was one of the big ones. Alba, she had a little, which hers wasn't as bad. She kind of lost her footing.
Yeah, she fumbled.
But she was able to at least recover it and turn it into something.
I didn't see hers.
It wasn't really.
You would have to like go back
Yeah.
and watch it, then you'd be like, oh, okay, that's where it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
It wasn't noticeable, but some people did notice it.
I know you missed Sami Zayn and Chad Gable.
Did something happen with the ropes with them?
Yeah.
What happened?
That Sami was trying to throw Chad Gable over the
Oh,
ropes,
yeah, and
kept
he
getting
had to.
caught,
You told
and
me
he had
about
to, like,
that. Yeah.
lift up and then.
Yeah, he had a little trouble getting him
So
over.
it sounds like the ropes weren't tight enough for.
Yeah, I think what they were saying was that they were too tight or something like that. Or maybe they weren't. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking they weren't tight enough.
They were saying something about, because they were talking about what the ref told. Because at the beginning of the night, the referee at the very first match was talking to AJ Styles, and you could see him like tugging on the ropes, like he was telling him, "Hey, be careful because something's up. You couldn't tell exactly what he was saying, but he was telling him something about the ropes. So like it was something they knew that was a problem.
Couldn't.
Yeah, there was just not really much they could do. The
They
biggest one,
they probably could have done something.
yeah.
The thing is, though, with TV time, you only have a slotted amount of time, and if it takes longer than like a commercial break,
That's why I'm wondering if it wasn't if it was something more than just them needing to be tightened, because usually they can do that. They can come out real quick, tighten it with a wrench, like during one of their video packages that they play, and roll on. But if the fact that it kept happening on, I think it was something more than them just being a little loose or whatever.
If that post
I
was
don't know.
bent as bad as you said it was,
Yeah, I think it was something to do with that. But the biggest one was Damian Priest's fuck up. He tried to do the step over tope where he runs at the ropes, he steps on the middle rope and like does a flip over the top rope and lands on his opponent.
Yeah.
His leg, I don't know if it slipped or something and it didn't have the tension that it needed to. Slipped into the middle rope, got fucking wrapped, and he just went over. His leg got wrapped. I'll put a picture of how he was hanging. I'll put it up somewhere whenever I edit this. And he like went over, and I mean just full on like into the fucking ring apron.
Yeah.
Like almost fucking killed himself. Like it looked like
I thought he knocked his head at one point. But
I mean it looked like he could have almost broken his neck the way
Or
he
his
hit
leg,
that
'cause,
ring
yeah,
apron.
he-
And I'm amazed because he's got long fucking legs.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
And it made my knees hurt just watching it. Just how it like wrapped up and how he dropped. Oh God.
And the fact that like the ref came
The ref,
over and he was
the
like,
ref could not. He
I
was trying to
can't get it.
untangle him, and he couldn't get him undone. Not Sheamus.
Wow.
The Scottish guy, not the Irish guy.
Racist. This guy.
They're both white. Who cares? Drew had to get up there and like pick Damian up and get him over the top rope
Strong
to get him
man.
to get him untangled. It was crazy. Like that. It was such a.
And then proceeded to beat the mess
Yeah.
out of him.
So the match went, which kudos to Damian. I could not tip my hat off to Damian like enough for that match.
Yeah, you can't. You're not wearing one. We're gonna have to blur that.
No, we're not. I'm editing this. I'm not blurring shit. Kudos to Damian because that man is a professional. Because I know that shit was hurting.
Yeah.
And he finished the fucking match. And I mean, it was I thought for sure they were gonna end up calling the match. I thought it was gonna be he done tore like something in his knee. And
We don't know yet.
that was it.
We don't know yet.
Well, he got it cleared from the doctors. He's medically cleared.
Oh, really?
He came out
Okay.
Monday, and he was still limping a little bit. But I don't know
I
how
imagine
much of that.
It's gonna hurt.
I don't know how much of that was him also trying to sell what happened. You know what I mean? Like at that point, like maybe he was feeling fine at that point on Monday, but maybe still trying to sell it.
No, I'm pretty sure
little
that,
bit.
that did a little bit.
It
of
wouldn't
damage.
surprise me if his shit is just dust in there. But he did. He finished the match, and people are saying that he was fine, like his leg was fine, and he was just selling the injury. But I don't care who you are, you can't sell an injury that good. Like he looked like he was fucked up. Like his leg was.
If you saw how it
he
went
was
down,
fine, if he was totally fine and his leg wasn't hurting, give that motherfucker an Oscar for his acting skills. Cause holy shit,
an Oscar.
He was God, dude. Like I said, I'll put a picture of how he was hanging. But if you want to see the video, just like look up Clash at the Castle, highlights, and I'm sure they'll show
Just
it.
look up.
So yeah, that was Clash at the Castle. It was an okay pay-per-view. It wasn't the greatest. Oh no, but at the end,
I was about to say
of the
you're not
match,
gonna
yeah,
talk
not
about
even
how
gonna talk
CM
about how
Punk
it
came
finished.
in.
So the end of they had a referee bump where Damian ran into the ref, knocked him off the side of the ring. The rope strike again.
They've claimed another victim.
So of course the ref's out there fucked up. Drew hits his finisher, and the crowd starts counting along. Now again, Drew is Scottish, and they are in Scotland, So this is his hometown.
The
right?
land of the Scots.
So of course everybody is. Damian Priest is public enemy number one in this arena right now. So everybody's like losing their shit, thinking Drew's gonna win it. Whatever. Of course, they're counting, and all of a sudden, the camera zooms out, and you see a spotlight of somebody running down the ramp. They had the camera guy positioned just right, where the ref slides in, and they go 1, 2, and then they just stop. And it's like he starts to kind of sit up a little bit, and then the other camera guy, they switch to him, and it's fucking CM Punk. And he's just like, oh, he kicked out. He kicked out. He only got 2. And Scotland lost their fucking mind. So then Drew, realizing what just happened, he just got screwed out of this fucking championship. Or he sees CM Punk, who's like his, they've got super nuclear hot beef right now. He grabs him by the collar. And CM Punk, who is not medically cleared right now, he's going to be cleared, but he's not medically cleared to compete. CM Punk kicks him in the balls and just like shoves him down, right? Mm-hmm. So then this time the actual referee is getting up from getting knocked out. Damien gets Drew up.
Damien gets Damien?
Damien gets Damien up and choke slams him, hits him with the South of Heaven. And then the actual ref counts 1, 2, 3. And
South of Heaven.
That's the name of his finisher, yeah.
Yeah.
It's called South of Heaven. You know what South of Heaven is?
Yeah.
Earth. Yeah, Scotland was pissed. That entire arena.
Yeah, they were booing.
Were so fucking mad, dude.
Yep.
CM Punk was out in the ramp, and all you could see is just like 12 people just flipping him off. They were so mad. It was funny. They showed it after the match was over. There was like 3 dudes in the front row who all had CM Punk t-shirts on. He went over to them and was just like, leaning over the barricade, like high-fiving them and shit. And he's like, what a main event, huh? How good was it? And of course they're just like, yeah. It was so funny. He's such a, I know how I feel about the guy, but his ability to make a meme like that is fucking phenomenal. I love it.
And then during the post conference, he's sitting there eating donuts. He's like,
yeah, the post show, they have him on as a special guest because he wasn't supposed to be there. Wrestling is all scripted. Yes, this was planned the whole time. I get it.
Okay, yeah, that part's scripted, but them doing actual moves, they're actually doing.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Thank you. It's not. That's why I don't say fake. It's scripted, but. Of course, he's like answering fucking interviews, and he just comes in with like a box of donuts, and he's like, "You guys want a donut?" It was so fucking funny, dude. It was hilarious.
Can we also talk about Cody and AJ's match? The blood that was on Cody that he had to fall over the barricade and put on his face, and
that was real blood.
No, it wasn't. They confirmed that was he had a makeup kit over there with fake blood that he just went. Oh, I busted my head.
Come on.
Because it wiped off in 5 minutes.
That's what they do. It was probably a blood capsule or something.
You should know who you're married to.
Yeah.
Now, AJ did get cut up from those.
I forget we're not talking about AEW. AEW is not afraid to just fucking rip my shit open, dude.
Well, I think it's because Cody didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I want, the fake stuff.
Yeah.
Because remember, I mentioned it. I was like, funny how his face is bleeding, but it's no longer bleeding.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So anyways, back to the main event. She jumped all the way back to the beginning of the show, but on the main event, yeah. So that's how it ended. And after the show, we saw a TikTok, and I don't really agree with this. Which, Derek, I know if you're watching, Derek doesn't like Samantha Irvin as a ring announcer. He doesn't like her.
Did he ever say why?
Because she's too emotional.
Oh,
about it. That's one of the reasons why I like her, because it adds that like genuine feel to it. It's not just like and the new blah blah blah.
Yeah, you already put me asleep.
Exactly. So, well, Samantha, we saw it on TikTok. She found it on TikTok. She was closing out the show, telling everybody, "Hey, thanks for coming out. That's the end of Clash at the Castle." They start booing her. Right, which I mean, I get it. They're pissed. Their hometown boy just got screwed for like the third time in Scotland. I get it. They're upset. But they start booing her, and then she's like, I know it didn't end how you wanted it to, but everybody be safe, get home safe, have a good night. And they start booing her even harder, and we even heard it earlier. There was people in the crowd like telling her to shut the fuck up, and like giving her heat, like she fucking did it.
Man, if I was her, I would have been like, "Bruh, go home."
Yeah.
Y'all really
need to, let's whoa.
I'm just trying to be nice. I'm the announcer, and y'all.
Yeah, they acting
man.
like she's head of creative, like she's the one who picked this fucking outcome. Yeah.
Also, too,
pretty crazy.
Props to Drew for going through all of that while his wife was also in surgery.
Yeah, I forgot to mention
Why
about
is his
that
wife
too.
in
So
surgery?
Friday, I think it was Friday night. Yeah, because they were in Scotland for Friday Night SmackDown too. They were doing like a press conference, I guess, or something, like before SmackDown. And Drew was there, which him and his wife, they live stateside. They live here in the United States.
Right?
Shut the fuck up. They live here in the United States. Well, his wife, apparently, I don't know. Did you ever find out what? Or are you looking at that now? Apparently, she couldn't go to Scotland because she had to have like some serious emergency
didn't she have
surgery.
like a spider bite or something?
Are you being funny? I feel
Yeah,
like you're
I
being funny. Okay. Yeah, she had to have some kind of like emergency surgery. So I'm guessing she made it out okay because there hasn't been anything. He was on Monday Night Raw, so. All right, we'll come back to you if you find that out. But yeah, so props to him for, still going out there and doing that. But shit, if it was me, I'd have been like, hey,
I can't.
family coming first, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but
you're gonna have to find somebody to fill in for me.
I hate it, but that's how it is. So that was Clash at the Castle. Then we had Monday Night Raw. Right?
Sounds pretty raw on Monday.
No, it was very raw on Monday. It being my dick. To preface this,
Ew.
did you find it? Did you find out why?
And literally everything is just saying that she underwent emergency surgery. That's
Yeah,
all.
they're
We
probably
don't even
they're
know
probably.
if she's okay or not. So.
I would imagine.
They're probably not gonna go public with it.
Yeah, because that was on Friday. I doubt it's a fucking almost a week-long surgery.
Right.
If so, put me out of my misery and just end my
she's
shit.
Probably in
that was
recovery
me.
or whatever. So.
Yeah. So prayers to her if she pulls through. Hopefully she's doing okay. But so to preface what happened on Monday night. Monday night was a very important night for professional wrestling.
Monday was like one of the best shows that they've
It
had.
was a really good show, yes. So of course they're coming off of Clash at the Castle. Well, before Clash at the Castle, if you've been following WWE at all, you've probably noticed these weird QR codes that have been popping up in these weird little glitches that they look like on the screen. To make a long story short, that was leading up to what the late great Bray Wyatt was working on, the Wyatt Sick6 family, with his Fiend character.
Mm-hmm.
Before he unfortunately passed away,
So he was already
incredibly
working
too
on
early.
this. So he was.
Yeah, because Uncle Howdy was a character.
They were already gonna end up coming back, and
Yeah.
and they were gonna be a part of.
Yeah, it's just his untimely death kind of
Right.
pumped the brakes on that pretty hard. Which is so unfortunate because that dude, if he's not inducted into the Hall of Fame next year in WWE, I'm going to be very disappointed in them because the little time that he wasn't.
Why wasn't he inducted this year?
Honestly, I don't know. I really don't. Unless like something they already had the picks already laid out for that year.
Because the rest of his family got inducted this year, so they were like, well, we're probably not going to do him also.
Yeah.
Like, so he gets his own spot,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll do something for him next year because dude was a legend in just the short time that he was already in WWE. Creatively, he was a mastermind. He was one of the greats. Yeah, there's a documentary on Peacock on the WWE Network if you want to watch that, or I'm sure you could probably find it. illegally somewhere.
What?
You
Find
didn't
a
hear
way?
me say that. So back before he died, he was working on introducing this faction called. It was going to be called the Wyatt Six. It was going to be his family, his new family, whatever. And one of the main characters was Uncle Howdy, that he introduced, before he passed away. And we didn't know it. There was speculation, but we didn't know it was confirmed at the time that was his actual real life brother, Taylor Rotunda, who had wrestled formerly in WWE. Rotunda
From Down
yes.
Under?
Don't do that. He formerly wrestled in WWE as Bo Dallas. Kind of this goofy gimmick character, whatever. But he was coming back as Uncle Howdy. Well, of course, like we said before, Big Unk. As we said before, Bray's death kind of pumped the brakes on that pretty hard. But they've been, since the documentary released, actually, was when it first officially was rumored that Taylor was going to come back as Uncle Howdy. And ever since then, they've kind of been building piece by piece, very, dribbling out little clues that was going to happen. Well, last week, it became abundantly clear that June 17th, a massacre was coming. Their words, a massacre was coming. Through, the QR codes and all the different clues and shit. And at the end of the whole episode, it even started at the very beginning, even the opening, it had a little glitch and everybody was like, oh shit, here we go. It's happening. It's happening now.
There were people tuning in on X, formerly Twitter, and all these other websites. They're like, I don't even care about wrestling. I just want to see what happens.
Yeah. It created a lot of buzz. There were a lot of people who were upset with how long it took. Mm-hmm. They were kind of getting over the whole QR code business.
Hey, these things
it did
take
a while.
time. You
exactly.
can't rush these things.
Well, the thing is, too, these are a lot of people who, some of them haven't worked with the company before. Mm-hmm. Some of them have been away from the company for a while and are coming back. So they had to get contract shit, legal shit. They kind of had to get that laid out before. So they were kind of using this as a big build up to a big reveal. So Monday night was, like she said, it was a good show, but the whole time everybody was like, when are they coming? When are they coming? When are they coming? When are they coming? I want to see Uncle Howdy. When is he coming? Chad Gable, which in one of the codes we picked up, one of the little secret little hidden things, he had CG written on a notebook. Mm-hmm. And we kind of thought, we were like, okay, we feel like that's something, we just don't know what. I was being funny because there's a wrestler named Chelsea Green, and I was like, oh my god, they're going to go for Chelsea Green, ha ha, that'd be so funny. Well, come to find out, CG meant Chad Gable.
Right now, looking back on it, somebody put a thing on X, and I was like, oh my god, that makes sense. Because in one of the words you saw at the bottom of the picture said, you stopped saying thank you. His thing was, thank you!
Oh, I didn't even see. I'm still learning shit.
That whole,
about
that.
that.
Are you truly a wrestling
Where's
fan?
my family going?
Shut up. So earlier in the night, Chad Gable's kind of got this whole heel thing going on, where he's got the Alpha Academy, which is Otis, Mandy, and Taizawa, and he's been just absolutely bullying the fuck out of them. Just, dogging on them, bullying the absolute piss out of them. Well, earlier in the night, they finally had enough, and they basically gave him the old finger, fuck you, we're out, kind of thing, you know? And then they all left. So the night goes on, and we're like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? We thought for sure they were going to interrupt the main event, because Jey Uso, Mr. Yeet himself, so Bray had the thing, we had to explain this earlier, Bray had the thing called the Fireflies. When he would come out, the lights would go dark, everybody would get their cell phones out, and it looked like he called them his Fireflies.
Phone battery drained.
Yeah, right. Well, when Jay started doing this whole yeet thing, when he comes out bobbing his hands up and down to the music, people started doing that with their flashlights. So somebody said something, was like, oh, well, how do you feel about being in charge of the Fireflies now or something? And he was like, oh, they're my Fireflies now. Kind of like, I took him from Bray, whatever, or I took over for Bray, maybe not really meaning any kind of disrespect. But, so everybody was like, he's going to fuck Jay up for that. Because we all know Uncle Howdy is Taylor Rotunda. We all know that.
From down under.
He's going to fuck Jay up for the Fireflies, right? So that's what we thought. Well, main event happens. It was a qualifier match. It was Jay, Finn, and Rey Mysterio. It was a Money in the Bank qualifier match, triple threat.
Yeah.
Jay won.
Wait, who won?
Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm all for Jay right now. I hope they push that man to the moon. He has been fucking killing it. But anyways, he goes out. He wins. He's out in the crowd.
Him big.
Do what?
They're trying to make him big.
Yeah, I mean, he deserves it, dude.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why does he deserve it?
Because he's been killing it, and he's so over right now. Everybody in the crowd fucking loves Jay. Yeah.
A lot of people were mad. They're like, please, like, we want to see Uncle Howdy, but we really don't want to see him take it away from Jay.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Like, Jay has really proven, and he's been putting on bangers of matches. Like,
just not with his brother.
I mean, but see, that's the thing. Everybody was expecting him to flop because it wasn't a tag team match, and that's all he's ever done. But he's been standing on his 2 feet, and he's been standing tall on his own 2 feet. He's been fucking killing it, dude. Mic skills, in ring, doesn't matter, dude. He's got it. He's got it. So, anyways, he wins. He goes out in the crowd and he's celebrating whatever, and then all of a sudden the lights start going out, and it makes the same noise that the Fiend, whenever the Fiend would come out, it made that noise too. And everybody's like, "Oh shit, this is it. Jay's about it. The lights are gonna come up. Jay's gonna be dead in the ring."
I wish
Jay's gonna be
I
dead in
don't know
the
if you could
ring.
hear me in the living room, but I wish you could have seen me. I was like, "When's it coming?
Yeah.
Give it to me, come on!"
So the lights go out, and all of a sudden they have a door up at the front of the stage.
Yeah.
Same door that Bray came out when Bray came back to WWE. So it was almost a little emotional because I'm a huge Bray Wyatt guy. Loved that man. Everything he did was pure gold. So it was almost a little emotional knowing like he's gone, and he was gone way too soon. But they did the door, and then all of a sudden, this creepy witch looking
like she came off of the
that's what you said. That's what you told me, I think. But she's carrying the lantern, and she puts it down, and she stands up, and she points back to the backstage. The camera guy goes backstage, and it's in Gorilla, and you see like a couple people like laid the fuck out.
No, it was a massacre. Like
yeah,
they said.
it was. I mean, these people look dead, right? And first you see Eric Rowan, he was a part of the original Wyatt family. He and every one of their costumes was a reference to when Bray had the Firefly Funhouse. Nikki Cross, the witch, she was Abby the Witch.
Oh.
Sister Abigail, whatever. Eric Rowan, he had the rabbit mask. He was the Ramblin' Rabbit.
The Ramblin' Rabbit.
They go back
with
into
the hammer.
Gorilla. Yeah, with the hammer. That was actually also a callback to the other part of the Wyatt family who passed away way too soon, Brody Lee. Yeah, because that was his tag team. They were like the Bludgeoning Brothers or something like that.
I don't know if you saw too. The back of his helmet had the skull. Too,
it was that was the mask that Brody used to wear. So that was also really touching because he lost both of his brothers, Brody and Bray. So that man is really feeling it. But anyways, so they go past him. They go into Gorilla, and I mean it looks like a straight horror scene.
Like a haunted house.
Yeah. Smokes like everywhere. They've got like wires hanging. They're like shooting off sparks.
Yeah, I like how they did that.
Yeah, it was really cool. And that was Dexter Loomis who was sitting up there, and he's Mercy the Buzzard. So then they go a little bit farther. There's like a few more other people laid out, and a bunch of extras and, backstage people. And what is it? Huskus the pig had the pig mask. That's Joe Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy.
Go a little bit further, and you see Chad Gable. And I mean, Chad Gable straight up fucking murdered. Like, R.I.P., send that man's family a folded up flag or something. He dead. And then it goes on and like looks down the hallway, and there's Uncle Howdy. And of course, he's like, he comes through.
The absolute pop as soon as they showed him.
Yeah.
You
It
know
was
he
crazy.
Was feeling it.
So he comes walking through, and he's like gathering all of them as he walks through, and of course they get to where Nikki was originally outside in the arena, and you could see it, like she's saying, you could see because the mask that he was wearing, only covers like right there over the nose, so you can like see his mouth and shit, and you could see just him like just the grin on his face. Like I'm sure part of that was in character to display that like psychotic, whatever. But I also think a lot of that was him personally feeling good.
Yeah.
That everybody was this excited because he's carrying on his brother's legacy. Because this is what Bray wanted. This was his vision. This is what Bray was wanting to do. And he's getting to still carry that out for him. So I thought that was really cool. And then, of course, he goes up to the lantern and he just, he holds it up and you see them all just looking crazy. Just looking absolutely badass, like scary as shit.
Yeah.
It gave me chills, dude.
I wonder what they're going to do. Are they going to like start taking people out one by one?
So what I think they're going to do, because right now, the reason, and I'm pretty sure the reason they chose Gable, because that's the thing, they just said a massacre. Everybody was speculating, are they going for Jay? Are they going to try to show up on SmackDown and go for Cody? Are they going to, who are they going to attack? And it was interesting that they chose Chad, but I think the backstage reasoning is, pull back the curtain a little bit. They want them right now to be what they call a tweener. I know that sounds weird, but it's like a between the line of a heel and a babyface. Because they attacked Chad Gable, who is like in ultra heel mode.
Yeah. But
the way they did it isn't the way a face would do it. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of towing both lines because the brutality of it, like a baby face wouldn't do that.
Right.
So they're kind of towing that. That's what they call a tweener. They're doing kind of good guy things, but in a kind of bad guy way, sort of shit.
We're gonna call them mercenaries.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but so because right now there's no fucking way with like how over this group is. They're not going to get them to boo them unless they do some heinous shit. So they're probably going to ride that
They'll
between
probably
the
show
line.
up on ECW.
ECW isn't a thing anymore. ECW hasn't been a thing in a long fucking time. So they're probably going to toe that line
On
for a while
Wednesdays.
until something happens.
They're
But
probably gonna do SmackDown and Raw.
yeah,
And
I'm
ECW.
waiting to see it. I'm excited for SmackDown, see if they show up, see what they do there. But yeah, it was so fucking cool, and like the costume design, because they got the same guy, the dude who designed the Fiend costume and the mask and all that shit. He actually works in horror movies.
Oh, really?
He actually does like the makeup and special effects and shit for horror movies.
Oh.
He was a really close friend of Bray. He did all of their costumes too. That's why they look so fucking good.
Oh, okay.
And like as soon as I saw Uncle Howdy with like the long dreads and like just like his demeanor and like how he was looking, my mind immediately went to like some kind of Rob Zombie like Devil's Rejects type shit,
I want to see them wrestle now.
and it made me giddy like a schoolgirl. I was so fucking happy.
If you noticed, but he had one glove on and it said Bray on it, and it was his Fiend glove.
Yeah, it was. He had the hurt and heel gloves on.
He had one.
Oh well.
He had one glove on.
It was in one of the pictures. He had the hurt and heel
Yeah.
gloves. One of the blurry.
Where'd you see
fucked
this
up
at?
pictures?
It's all over online.
She just does her research, huh?
Yeah. Oh, dude, she's been all over this.
Between
fucking,
this and 21 Pilots, I've been in like.
She's
lore
been in
mode.
lore deep dive mode. That's what she has been
She's
all
been
over it.
doing more lore hunting than doing her own work. Slacker.
Yeah, but it was so good, and I can't wait to see. Oh yeah, they're called the Wyatt Six, SICKS, because there was only 5 of them. Everybody's thinking, shh, hush. I'm spelling it how 6 is spelled. It's not SIC. Just because that's what their logo says, hush.
You child.
Because there's only 5 of them, so everybody's like, oh, but I thought it was the Wyatt Six, and so they're spelling it SICKS, but the S is a 6, apparently. Is that better? Way more for me to explain. but they're thinking there is eventually going to be a sixth person, and they're thinking it's going to be Alexa Bliss because she did a lot with the Fiend with Bray before he came back when he was still doing the Fiend thing. Before he went away and came back.
When am I going to get to see them wrestle, though?
I don't know. That's what I'm ready for. I want to see them like in action. I want to hear Taylor on the mic first off. Yeah. Because if he's got that, which I'm sure he's got, what Bray had. Because Bray had a silver fucking tongue, man. That's what I'm telling you. He was the total fucking package. He could sell a story in the ring. He could sell it on the mic. He had it fucking all. And I'm hoping that Taylor's the same way.
Well, and also too, last time we saw Taylor, he was Bo Dallas. He was this,
Bo, leave.
Yeah. Just
What
like
the
very
heck?
I'll have to show you
charismatic
Bo
jobber.
Dallas. It's fucking
But-
look up Bo Dallas if you're wanting to see who Taylor Rotunda used to be.
Really crazy. But to go from that to this,
To this, yeah, and how
Total
well,
jump.
like just even, I know I'm like marking out here. I know I am. That's another wrestling term if you don't know. But even just that shot after they showed Chad Gable just absolutely fucking dead, and like how he was like sauntering like down the hall, and like just that in and of itself oh god, it was so fucking good. It almost made me cream. It was so good. Yeah, I ain't ashamed to admit it.
All right.
That shit was sexy. It was so good.
Okay.
Derek got mad at me because I was watching it and I ruined it for him because I kept talking to her. Because we were playing Destiny and I was also, speaking of which, that's why we have this stuff on the table. And so like we were in the grits, but I was still also watching at the same time. But I couldn't take my hand off the mouse to like mute my shit.
So he
just heard me talking through it like the whole time, and he even told me, "I'm sorry, Derek. I know you're gonna watch this. I apologized to him then. He was like, not gonna lie, you kind of ruined that for me." At least he was
Derek
a good enough.
should have been playing video games. Should have been watching.
I mean, he was
I
he was
in
at
the
least
living room watching by
a good enough
myself.
friend to at least tell me that I fucked up. He straight up. He was like, not gonna lie, I feel like that would have been better if you weren't talking.
You normally have the stream up, so like I don't understand.
He was watching it on his own. He was. I guess he
okay.
had it on like his other monitor or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, and a sad day to go back to the Clash, but Jade and Bianca lost their titles.
Yeah, Derek was real upset about that because those are his two muscle mommies in WWE. Yeah, they lost the tag titles.
Jade's
Which
bigger though.
I kind of figured was gonna happen because they're gonna build a feud between those two because that would be money. That match alone would
In the
make so
bank.
much money. Facts.
Yeah.
That's coming up in a couple weeks. Are you gonna want to watch that?
I mean, if this is an invite, sure.
I mean, it's gonna be
Will there
ladder
be
matches.
food?
You love those.
Oh, I love ladder matches.
Yeah.
Those are the best matches.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you come over, if we come over here, there'll be food. We'll bring food or we'll make food. One of
Oh
the two.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What day we talking?
Is it on Saturday or Sunday? I think it's on a Sunday, I believe, because I think they only do the Saturday PLEs for the like overseas crowds. We'll have to look, but I know it's in like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like something we can do.
We can throw together.
Yeah.
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 But I'm. Go ahead.
Saturday, July 6th.
Oh, it is Saturday. Okay.
2 days before our anniversary.
July what?
July 6th.
6th? Oh, okay. Dang, it's after the 4th?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Wait, anniversary. You guys are married?
Yep.
What the
You
heck?
do, right?
Why didn't you tell me?
Hey, we're married.
Dang. Muzzle tough.
It'll be. Okay, hold on. I know what year we got married.
Wow.
7 years. It'll be 7 years.
Dang.
this year.
Cotton 4K.
I know the year and the date. Okay, that's the important part. My mic is cut out. Fuck.
It's a good thing it cut out because man don't even know his own anniversary.
Okay, back to defending myself. I know the year and the date. I'm bad at math. That's the problem.
Dang. Wonder how long your mic was cut out.
Probably. I hope not long. God, that's gonna be annoying. I'm sorry. One of these days, we're gonna get new mics.
Huh, it's almost like I said
It's
that.
almost like.
Oh, so now we're mocking me, you child.
I told you. I'll
so
get a
you're
new
both
mic.
children.
I'll get a new mic after you get the Final Shape expansion.
That's easy. What? You better put that mic in your basket then.
So speaking of Destiny, I'm still on the fucking. I'm on a kick, and I'm slowly getting.
He's making all of
these
his
guys.
He's making all of his friends play it.
Do you not want to play it? Do you
not wanna
genuinely
play
not
it?
want to play it?
No, I'm into it now.
Yeah,
I'm
you were
playing
having
it
fun
now.
today. We were.
Yeah.
Well, except for the little bit of
Yeah, no,
crucible shit that we did.
PvP sucks. Anybody
Yeah.
that plays PvP, you suck.
You
You're the
suck.
problem. You're the problem. Actually, no, Bungie's the problem because they made PvP that way, and it's trash. It's awful. I can go all day about how awful their PvP is. You know what?
But the
and
rest
I
of
will.
it. 4 hours later.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's pretty good. The only thing is, like, if you're starting like where I'm starting, you're just lost. You telling me open the directory, view rank in progress. I'm like,
Yeah.
where the heck is all of this at?
It is very.
Go back to the tower.
It's
go
very
to the
rough
quest.
for
I'm
new
like,
players.
brother, what?
I will admit that, but Derek is. I did not expect Derek to like it as much as he is. He's on that grind.
Well, I mean, Derek
brother.
also played Halo. Anybody?
Well,
I
yeah,
can, I can honestly. Anybody that played Halo would probably like Destiny because they're somewhat close.
There are a lot of similarities, but
Not the PvP
I don't know.
though. PvP sucks.
because
If you're new,
Halo has better PvP.
you're gonna
than
hate
Destiny.
PvP. If you're a new person, you're gonna hate PvP.
Even if you're not new, like me, I hate PvP. The less I do PvP, the better.
But honestly, if I had your gear, I feel like I would do a whole lot better
I don't know. It's still shitty.
because I don't have a lot of weapons. I don't have a lot of
Well,
strong
I mean,
weapons.
we'll get you there.
And that's the thing about PvP. That's what separates it from like PvP in other
Yeah.
games. You can have the
I
best
kind of
weapon.
agree with like what you were saying with like give everybody the same loadouts,
Exactly.
like, same weapons to choose from, and I get that because there are PvP because I even have a few weapons even though I'm never gonna use them because I don't play PvP. But a few of the weapons I have are specifically rolled because of course all of the guns and shit come with random traits, random perks or whatever. And a lot of the guns that I have are rolled specifically for PvP. They won't do shit for damage against enemies
Right,
or like
yeah.
bosses in PvE, but in PvP they have stuff to help me out there.
What was
but,
the PvP we were playing that was actually not bad? What was that? It was like it was like hardcore.
It was momentum control.
Yeah, that I was talking to Aaron when you got off, and like I would play that again.
Yeah.
That's-
if I had to play PvP, I would rather do momentum
Yeah.
control.
I mean,
But-
I don't mind playing that, but if it's like competitive or regular,
fuck.
nah.
When we had to do that, because okay, so to preface this, he's like he said, he's new to Destiny, which you've played it before, so you're not like new.
I've played it
you're
before,
new
but
enough.
it wasn't enough to
You still have like all the new light shit.
Yeah, I'm beginning.
Yeah. The new light is Destiny's introductory missions for new players essentially, and it's kind of like do this activity and then come over here and like do these bounties to basically like teach you some of the smaller mechanics, like almost like tutorial missions, but not exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of we just went through like a whole stint of nothing but PvP missions.
Pretty much all.
And I mean, really, all that was doing was just showcasing you because you had to play 2 matches of Control.
It was like 4 matches of Control.
Yeah, and then you had to do like 2 competitive, which is like their ranked.
Then we had to play
PvP.
Gambit.
Yeah, we had to do Gambit. God, I forgot. I completely blocked out Gambit.
Yeah, that's another one. Like, if you don't have good gear,
Gambit,
you're not
Gambit, you
gonna-
really need to have some good weapons.
and that's
'cause
what
you
they
need
need to like.
boss DPS.
They need to do
and-
something about that. They need to change that around. Like,
Yeah.
you want to say
Well,
this is matchmaking? We're going to pair you with people
I
you're ranked.
do
they
think-
sure didn't.
I do think that me playing with you might have been
Oh, yeah,
fucking
no,
that up though,
absolutely.
because I am, end game guy, and y'all are all still new. So I might have been fucking that up for him. I don't know.
Hey,
They
we
might have
did
been
win.
like, "Hey, he's got this really good motherfucker on his team, so we gonna pair him with some really good motherfuckers."
Listen, we did win that one game.
Yeah, we had
When we
switched to momentum control,
yeah.
we were rocking and rolling.
How it should be.
Yeah,
I
but
shouldn't have to mag
those
dump on
games
you.
of competitive was just made me want to beat my head against the fucking wall. I hate it. I hated it so much. But that's me. Like I'd never. That's the first game of Crucible I think I've played in Destiny 2 in probably guaranteed over a year for sure. Because I don't do PvP.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's plenty to do for PvE players, which granted I have kind of had my dips and where I'm not really playing Destiny that much anyways, but even when I am coming back to play Destiny, I hardly ever I'll fuck with Gambit before I do PvP.
I don't know.
Just cuz I don't like the
Let me
like
get some
PvP.
better equipment and then let's go play some Gambit because
yeah.
bro, they two-shot me with ease.
We're trying to get y'all raid ready cuz I want to run y'all through a raid one good time.
I don't know how long that's going to take because I just started.
Once you get, especially once we do, once you get the final shape and we start doing a lot of the final shape stuff, I think you'll be
Why do we
fine.
got to do the final shape stuff? There's so many other
Because
DLCs or expansions that they have.
That's the newest. That's the most
So I got to
updated
start
shit.
with the most updated, then work my way back.
It's
kind of backwards,
You're
isn't
not.
it?
You're not going to get the other expansions.
Why would I not? Why would I spend money just for the final shape? If I spend money for the final shape, I might as well spend money for the
okay, well,
expansions
if you were
DLC.
going to do that, you should have done that last week.
What do you mean I should have done that last week?
Because they had the Legacy Collection, which I think is
Oh,
all,
wow, so
I think
you
that is
just
all. I
dicked
told
me.
you. No, I told you
No,
about
you
this.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
The fact
It
that you
was
don't
download the game, get the final shape.
the fact that you don't remember it is not my problem.
And that
because I told
that
you
is your problem because you know I don't remember things.
Okay, now that you're done, this is my turn to talk. I have the talking stick.
And now that you have the talking stick,
did that not?
no, it did.
Did it play?
It did.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear it.
You did it twice.
Are the things on?
I did.
Anyways, that's my talking stick now. It's loaded. I told you that the Legacy Collection was on sale where you could get the other expansions for like $20. It was on sale on Steam. Now it's like $70.
Yeah, no, forget that.
That's what
the
I'm
final
saying.
shape it is.
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna, if you really want to shell out all that money, I'll run it with you.
I'll
dog.
wait until it goes back on sale.
If it goes back on sale.
Shoot.
But yeah, shit. Yeah, if you get all the expansions, I'll run them through with you. I don't give a fuck. I will absolutely do
really?
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so your wife's never gonna see you again?
Okay, I didn't say that.
Oh,
I'm online more than you are, motherfucker.
Listen, we don't have to point the finger.
He's pointing it. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
So in all honesty, though, what is your honest opinion of the game?
I mean, so far it's pretty fun, other than the PvP.
It's to me, and this is coming from somebody who's played it for the past 10 years. Destiny as a whole, anyways. It is way more fun when you're playing it with people, right? When you're playing it with your friends.
Yeah.
I've been a solo player for a long time. Hell, matter of fact, up until, which is still crazy to me to think about. When I first moved here, before I even met you, I met Ian, Shaggy, and Ball.
When you first moved here?
When I first moved
With
here.
that mattress?
Technically, yes, but I met them when we were staying at her parents' house, so we weren't sleeping on that mattress. We were sleeping on their guest bed. Anyways, I met them before I met you, which is crazy to think about.
Why is that crazy?
I don't know. It feels like I've known you longer. I don't know why.
Well, because you see me more
and I
often
went to
than
high
you see
school with
them.
y'all, right? This is the part where you say yes.
Don't
This is the
shoot
part where you
me.
say yes. But no, so I was a solo player up until I met them, and I met them And shit, they turned out to be some of my best friends. I mean, Shaggy's came here to visit several fucking times. The only reason Ines hasn't
but he
is
didn't
because
bring-
Ines lives in Australia.
He didn't bring Scooby, so.
Okay. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, they turned out to be some of my best friends, and it's crazy because I remember it. The only reason I met them, it was actually Ball first. I was in the tower and I was trying to do an exotic quest that I just could not fucking do by myself. If I was better at the game, I probably could have, but I just wasn't. So I was like, I'm just gonna send out just a public message, and I just said, "Hey, can anybody help me with the Thorn exotic quest?" And Ball was the one who
Balrog?
replied back. Yeah, Balragon.
Oh, Balrog.
I'm not gonna say his actual name, but Balragon. He commented back and he was like, "Yeah, maybe a couple of my buddies will help you." And then I've been playing Destiny 2 with them ever since.
And then
they've been
Shaggy
some of my
came to
best
see you.
friends.
He could have been a serial killer.
Yeah, well, he wasn't, thankfully. He's fucking big enough. He could have killed me. 'Cause dude's like 8 foot tall.
You play Destiny? Come here.
I'm gonna show you your destiny. But yeah, like this game. I cannot talk enough good things about this game. There have been some low points. Do not get me wrong.
But you heard it here, folks. Skill issues make you friends.
They do. Sometimes they do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna front. Yeah. But this game, honestly, is probably easily in my top 3 favorite games, because even though I do take moments where I do put it down, go touch grass or do something else.
Wait, you touch grass?
Sometimes, not very often, but
You need to tell the rest of the world to do it.
yeah, especially those trial sweats.
Yeah, the rest of the gaming community.
But no, it's been definitely one of my all-time favorite games, and I'm actually really thankful for him because, like I said, it's got me, some of my closest friends. I mean,
They didn't get
it's
you.
just
man.
kind of a cool. Okay, not you specifically, but I said some of.
Yeah, I'm the sum. Well, that's not nice.
It's not playing, is it?
No, it is playing.
Why can I not hear it?
Just turn down.
Why you gotta turn down?
I don't. But you'll believe anything I tell you.
I hate you.
Bruh.
Which one is it? Is it even turned on?
No.
Why'd it turn off?
Why didn't you check?
Your headset brokey.
It's not brokey.
Headset broke.
You just weren't using it.
There we go. Now I can hear it.
God, you
Say
were-
it again.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it. But no, it's definitely, and like this whole culmination of this DLC of them finishing up their 10-year story that they've been telling. I got a little emotional during that final mission. I'm not even gonna
You're
lie.
just an emotional person.
All right. Why am I friends with this guy? It's because I didn't meet you on
Why are
Destiny
you
2.
friends with the sky? What? Come on now.
It's because I didn't meet you on Destiny 2. That's
Exactly.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you about to make me inside out too right now.
You gonna have an anxiety attack?
Yeah.
I'll come pet your hair. Tell you it's gonna be fine. Give you
Pet
some
my
water.
hair.
Yeah.
Am I an animal to you?
Yeah, pretty much.
What animal?
A lion.
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
What'd you think I was gonna say? You ain't gonna catch me saying some shit like that on Juneteenth.
A puffin.
A sky penguin? Oh, how much longer we got? Oh, we're
Dang.
like getting close to the hour mark. We're like right there at it. Anything else you want to talk about?
You like doing chores?
No. Who likes doing chores?
Well, you got a house. What's your least favorite chore?
Washing the dishes.
What's your favorite chore?
I mean, I don't like any chores. But if
But
I had to
you
pick
have a house,
one,
so you have to do it. So come
yes,
on.
I know. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. If I had to pick one, it would be, and don't say shit just because I don't do it doesn't mean I wouldn't rather do it, because I can already see you hovering over that mute button over there. I would rather fold laundry.
You would rather fold laundry.
Yes.
So you heard him. Next time laundry needs to be done.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
We have a ton right now. That's what I was doing before we came here.
Well, I was working at that point, so
You were playing Destiny.
I was technically supposed to be working
Hey,
at that point.
you technically, when you do laundry, you don't have to do Jackie's laundry. Just set it aside, and then when you're done, put it in the toilet and flush it.
No.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? You look like you had something wet.
I was just gonna help you tell the fans what next week is.
Oh yeah, so next week we're gonna have the ladies back on because we're gonna talk about more reality show stuff that I know nothing about. So I'm gonna be taking it easy next week.
He's gonna kick back.
Sure is.
And not talk.
I'll chime in a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Like we did with the Love Is Blind episode. I'll chime in here and there.
Yeah, okay.
It's gonna be mostly you three running the show though.
Yeah,
'Cause
they should call it Love's Anniversary since you can't remember yours.
all right. Y'all have a good week. He will not be on the episode this week because I'm gonna do to him what the Wyatt Sick6 did to Chad Gable. Okay. We'll see you guys next time. Love you.
Hola.
Hola.
Yeah.